Welcome to the Area 67 Music Podcast.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Mike Villegas. I'm your host, and today's
Oh shit!
special
Wait a minute. Come on, dude. I know you.
guest.
Anyway, my bad. Finish the intro. I'm
I'm
sorry.
here with Domingo Padilla. Is that proper way to
Yes,
say it?
sir.
Okay.
Yeah, you could use just Domingo. It's cool.
There you go. What's going on, buddy?
I'm
Thank
chilling,
you,
bro.
thank you so much for being on the show, man, and doing this interview with me. So, um, man, where do I start, man? Your discography is like incredible. You worked with everybody in the industry, it seems like, and with hip hop, and R&B. You've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
How did you? Were you an artist at first? Is that how you got in the game? Were you a hip hop
yeah,
artist?
yep,
I
yep.
know that you are a hip hop artist, but I'm just curious if that was your in.
Yeah. No, my whole thing in the beginning was I was rapping,
Okay.
and I used to do my little demo tapes in my house, and I got my demo tape over to Marley Marl, and Marley Marl liked it and signed me for the In Control Volume 2 album. And
Okay.
then the album was delayed coming out, and my contract expired for the album.
Okay.
But Marley heard the beats because I would give him demos, more and more demos, and he would always be like, "Yo, these beats are dope, bro, like really dope." And but he would never say nothing about the rapping.
Right.
So
Right.
I was like, "All right, whatever." But he uh he one day put me in the studio with this artist, Big Money Wiz, in Queensbridge, and I produced demos for him. And then Marley was like, "Yo, I'm just gonna bring you over to House of Hits,
Wow.
to be one of the producers."
Right.
And I'm
Right.
like, "Bet,
Yeah.
bet,"
Oh yeah.
and that was it. But yeah, I got signed for rapping,
Okay.
and then after that, the rapping stopped. It
Yeah.
was like
How
straight
old were
producing.
you when this all started?
17. Well, I
17.
was 16 going on 17.
And you're from this was in Brooklyn?
Yeah, I'm from East New York, Brooklyn, but I ran it. I brought my demo tape to Marley up at BLS Radio. My friend Junior Edison Palmales, he my childhood friend that I grew up with on my block. We was listening to Marley on BLS that night, and he said he's looking for artists for In Control Volume 2. You got
Okay.
a demo, whatever, send it. And my friend Junior was like, "Yo, that's you. He's talking about you." And I'm like, "Nah, he talking about me." And he went inside, got his father's keys, and was like, "Mama, get in the car. I'm taking you to BLS." And he took me. And I'm grateful that he did that
Yeah.
because if he didn't do that, who knows what would have happened.
Right.
And
Right.
it's crazy because I gave Marley my tape. There was a lot of people outside BLS. And Marley came out, and I was standing off to the side. And I was real shy about the music because I really didn't think of it like that, you know?
Right. Right. Right.
And Marley to me was my idol because of production,
Right.
you know. And so Marley walked past me, and my friend Junior was looking at me like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, yo, give him the tape." So I tapped Marley on the shoulder, and he turned around. And I always compare it to, and I've told this over and over. I've always compared it to the Me Joe Green Coca-Cola thing where the
Yeah.
kid
Yeah.
taps him,
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
passes him the coke. So I tapped him, and I said, and I had my head down like this. "Yo, my name's Domingo, and this is my demo." Real shy. And Marley was like, "Nah, no doubt, shorty, I got you, no doubt." And then LL pulled up to talk to Marley. And I was like, "Oh shit, LL Cool J." And he got out the car. He go, "Marley, everything good?" This and that. Marley, "Yeah, I'm just talking to my man right here." And then LL gave me, gave me a pound or whatever. And then I just told Marley, "Well, my number's on there. Take care. Glad to meet you. Hope you like it. Whatever." That was it. Now, like a week later, I was down the block. We was playing handball or something. And my grandmother, the old school shit, yelling down the block, "You got a phone call." So I go into the house, and there's a lady on the phone, Francesca Spiro, and she's like, "Is this Domingo?" Blah blah. And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Can you come to my office?" And I was like, I don't know who you are." She goes, "Well, I manage Marley Mall, and I need to talk to you. I would like for you to come to my office on Lafayette Street." So I was like, "All right." I asked my grandmother for some money. She gave me money. I jumped on the train, went out there. And when I walked into the office, she had an office with Vito Bruno. Vito Bruno was one of the people that ran Fever with Sal Albatello, or they ran some artist management, whatever.
Right.
So I walk in the office, and she looks at me. And I was a lot skinnier then. So she looks at me, and she's like, "So you're the little Puerto Rican kid Marley's making a big fuss over?" I was like, "Yeah, right." And she's like, no, seriously, like Molly will not leave me alone until I track you down.
Wow.
And I was like, for real? And she's like, yes. So she calls him on the phone. And he's like, yo, what up, yo? I said, yo, what's up? He's like, yo, that song you did, Untouchable. That was the name of the song I got signed for. I need that for In Control Volume 2. And I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. He said, yo, Fran got a contract for you. You know, it's a deal memo. And just read it. If you want to get a lawyer, cool. I'll be honest with you, I ain't get no lawyer. I just signed that shit. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
So he gave me, he broke me off some money. And that was it. Like I said, that was it. After I gave him that song, we redid the song in the studio, but I did the beat. So he couldn't do the beat without me.
Right.
And you know, it's crazy because me and Marley was around each other so much when I was young. Like people thought that either we bit each other's style or like, you know, or Marley took elements of me, but that wasn't the case. It was that Marley was my idol. Like he was but then
Yeah.
again, I love Large Professor. Large Professor was one of my inspirations, big time inspiration. He still is to this day. But Marley was the dude for me, you know? So I kind of molded myself production wise behind Large Professor and Marley Marl. So when people heard my sound, they're like, yo, this sounds like Marley.
Right.
Are you doing beats for Marley? I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've helped Marley with things, but I'm not the type that's gonna sit there and shit on him and say, I did this, I did that. But
Right. Right.
that's how the whole thing started. And to this day, me and Marley are very tight. Very,
Right.
very tight.
That's incredible. I mean, incredible how some of these stories start. You know, it's just you just happen to be in the mecca of hip hop when where it started, and you
Yep.
know what I'm saying, and you're so local to it. Like I grew up in Texas when it was all like popping, and it was like that just seemed like a faraway land to me, you know, like
Yeah.
untouchable type stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So it's cool hearing stories that, you know, of people who are there locally and got that opportunity, got that chance, you know.
I just like I said, if it wasn't for my friend driving me there, I really couldn't tell you what would I actually I was enrolled to go to college of aeronautics. I wanted to
Okay.
be a pilot. I wanted to be a pilot.
Okay.
But then Marley Marl happened. So I blame Marley Marl.
I think you made the right choice, man.
Yeah, and I was a little knucklehead. We was doing knucklehead stuff in the street. I mean, I grew up in East New York, Brooklyn, where it's survival of the fittest. You know,
Right, right, yeah,
When J. Rue called it Homicide Central, that's what it was.
right, right,
And I could literally go through the cemetery and show you rows and rows of my friends that didn't make it.
right, right.
And then one of my best friends growing up, he died in a car crash in '86, a year before I got signed to Molly, or months before I got signed to Molly. And he asked me to go hang out with him in this stolen car he was in that night. And
Yeah, yeah,
he died 2 hours later after I didn't get in the car.
right, right.
So destiny is a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But Marley, you know, when they say about people changing your life, Marley changed my life. And to this day, I tell him thank you. And he tells me, shut up. Like, all right, dude, that's enough. I'm like, nah, you don't understand. 35 years later, I'm still doing this. A lot of people aren't.
right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah. So you mentioned that that he signed you,
yep,
and you eventually got into the production phase of it, and he
yep.
brought you on to produce for him. What were some of the first artists that you worked with? Um,
When Marley did Craig G's second album, I was in the studio with him the whole time.
okay,
Um, you know, he'd get my second opinion ear on stuff. Not
okay,
necessarily, I didn't produce nothing on it. I helped him out as far as, you know, little drops or whatever, but never a beat. I didn't do a beat on it. Arrest the President remix, I helped Marley with that.
okay.
And how I helped him with that was he needed a certain sample I had on one of my demos. And he called me and was like, yo, you still got the record you used for this song you did? And
Right,
I'm
right.
like, yeah, why? Meet me in Chung King. And I took a cab down to Chung King with the 45 of that sample.
Okay.
and he sampled it up, and I told him where to catch it and all of that. He put it in the Rest the President remix. It was born, and then he paid me right on the spot. That's why I see people shit on Marley a lot online. I can't say, however you did your business with Marley, you did your business. Marley never did nothing wrong to me. You know what I'm saying? And we was always there for each other. When I needed Marley for things I was doing, Marley was there for me. So, but as far as production now, Marley did not teach me how to do beats. I already knew how to do it, obviously, because I got
Yeah.
signed for that.
Right. Right.
And he taught me techniques in mixing that I never seen nobody do. You know,
Mhm.
and so I know certain tricks about vocals and all that people don't even know. Like when they listen to these records, like how Marley played a pivotal role in their music. Like I heard the actual well, it's in Pro Tools now because he dumped his reels. You know about that, the baking reels stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Marley baked all his reels to Pro Tools. So I heard Coogee Rap Road to the Riches firsthand in multi-track. And when and G Rap was right there with me in the
Right.
studio.
Right.
And when I'm listening to it, I say, why does G sound off beat? G sounded way ahead of the record from Road to the Riches.
Yeah.
So Marley was like, you know what I did? So I knew his trick. You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, wow. So G Rap was like speeding through this record and Marley pulled him back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This pre-Pro Tools. I'm
Yeah.
talking real the reals. So I got the, and that's when I was like, yo, these dudes don't understand. Like Marley touched these records and they became what they was.
Right.
You
Right.
know, and he's very talented, man. Very, very talented. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
to me, he's hands down, and that's my opinion, the greatest producer in hip hop because he's an innovator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dr. Dre's an innovator. Marley Marl's an innovator. There's a
Mar-
difference.
Marley Marl has always been one of my favorite producers, and until like a Dr. Dre came out or Pharrell
Right,
comes out,
right.
depending on the music that you're listening to. But as far as hip hop, yeah, it's Marley Marl for me as well. I mean, a lot of the
Yeah,
records that he made and you made um, were some of the records that I vibe most to. Like the
no
KRS
doubt.
KRS One stuff. I mean, and I meant to ask you about that. Like, how did you get involved in the KRS One record? And on top of that, did you ever get to work with Scott LaRock?
No, I didn't know Scott LaRock. I
Okay.
meant like my whole my whole career was like a domino effect.
Mhm.
Like I'll give you the quick beginning of it. Well, you know the Marley part, but so when Marley went over to Rush Producer Management, he took me with him. So now I was under Rush Producer Management. Francesca Spiro was managing me, Marley, Diamond D, a whole bunch of producers
Right.
with Russell Simmons. So I was actually working at the Board of Education in New York. My mother worked for Board of Ed, she worked for the NYPD, but Board of Ed security, whatever. So she got me a job at the chancellor. Rudy Giuliani became the mayor back then. I was the first person in the Board of Ed to get laid off. First person. So the next day, Francesca calls me and she's like, yo, she used to call me Boo Boo. She's like, yo, Boo Boo, Rakim just picked 3 beats of yours for his new album. This is the album before 18th Letter. This album never came out because when it got finished, a couple of songs got leaked and Rakim scrapped the whole thing. I still have my songs to this day, and I have the acapellas to those songs. So I did Rakim, right? And then around the same time, I did this artist, Main One from New Jersey, Latin artist. So because of Main One, we did this record called El Gran Combo with him, Joe Fatal, Prince from Power Rule, Curious George, and Fat Joe. So Fat Joe was in the studio with us. Fat Joe and me was talking, and Joe was like, "Yo, I'm working on my next album, Jealous One's Envy. I want some beats from you, and this is what we're gonna do. Give me beats. Let's get something going, and you'll catapult off me into the industry. I'm gonna catapult you into the game." Okay, cool. So hence I do I do Success, Flojo Part 2, Say Word, and Dedication on Jealous One's Envy, the first one in 1994. and it came out in '95. So through those sessions, I met KRS One.
Okay.
KRS, I gave him the same beat tape that Joe had with different beats. The beat for the MC was on that beat tape.
Gotcha.
So KRS picked that beat tape. I'm sorry, that beat off that beat tape. Then he passed the same tape to Channel Live. So I met Channel Live. Fat Joe's album comes out. I'm down in Atlanta at I don't know if it was Jack the Rapper or Gavin convention. And my man Kevin Mitchell approaches me and says, dude, my name's Kevin Mitchell. I manage Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal loves what you did on Jealous Was Envy. He would like to invite you to his birthday party in DC. He wants to talk to you about being on his next album. That's how I met Shaq.
Right.
So now, through Shaq, I met Peter Guns and Lord Tariq. And I did a song for their album with the Uptown, the one that the Uptown record was on.
Yeah.
But because the sample couldn't get cleared, that never came out. So, okay. So with Channel Live, I met Channel Live with KRS, and then who else? KRS, Rakim, Shaq. So yeah, so it just kept dominoing, or however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Domino effect, one after the other, because I would beat this one through this one, and then they'd be like, yo, you're Domingo, yo, I need a beat for this and that. And then, I mean, the industry was coming to me for remixes like crazy.
Yeah.
Because I was known for the hard drums and that gutter street sound. So, and like I did First of the Month remix for Bone Thug and Harmony. You know what I'm saying? And that happened at the Gavin convention. I met Ernie Singleton, who was running Ruthless after Easy E passed. And I thought he was joking. He was like, yo, man, you the shit, man. Yo, I need you to remix First of the Month. I'm going to send you the reel. I thought he was bullshitting me. Next thing I know, the reel is sitting in Chung King. You know what I'm saying? The two reels. It was, Bone Thug used 2 reels to do their shit. Right. So, like I said, it all was like boom, 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 boom. And I was, like I said, the remixes was like, yo, I need a remix. I remixed Veronica. And then I did 3 demos for Alicia Keys when she was trying to get signed. You know what I'm saying? To my man Jeff Robinson and Al Butter McLean. Because of them, I did those demos for Alicia. And I'll be honest with you, I've never heard the demos. I know they exist.
Right.
And when Alicia had Cool G Rap perform at Swizz Beatz' birthday a few years back, and that's when I was DJing for G Rap. And I spoke to Alicia about it. We hadn't seen each other in years. And I was like, yo, what's up with the demo? She goes, I gotta ask my mom. She got them. She goes, yeah, we did them. And I was like, I never heard them. I need to hear them. So I've been around, bro. I've done a lot. I've done a lot more than I'm even remembering right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're, like I said, your discography is just incredible. I mean, from
thank you.
You know, a lot of people, when I mentioned that you work, you know, multi-platinum with Big Pun, they're just like, what? You know, like he's like top 5 in my book, you know, and I'm just like, wow. You know?
Yeah. Yo, it's crazy because Pun really did 2.3 million in the beginning. But now when you look at RIAA, it only says 1 million. So I don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know I don't get that. Because my plaque only says 1 million.
Really?
They wouldn't do 2 million on my plaque, you know. And then the other thing is I own publishing in the song All Me with Drake.
Right.
Know?
Yeah.
So you know what I said earlier about my hand is in the background. Like you might not see me, I might not speak, but I'm there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know you're there for sure. You know, if you're anything in the game, you know about you, yeah, definitely. We know you're out there doing work.
Yeah, man, definitely. You know
So,
what I'm saying?
do you have a? I know you've done a lot of work with Cool G.
Yep.
You actually brought him up to Soundmind a bunch of times. I remember meeting him there a couple of times there. He was one of the coolest guys I've ever met.
Very down to earth.
Yeah, he's one of the most down to earth guy. He treats you like he knew you like all his life. He gives you a big old hug. Like I'm just like, wow, this is Cool G Rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, G Rap is, we like family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like me, low key. Just he moved. I mean, I haven't seen him in a couple of months. He's still out here.
Yeah.
But we just we move around so much, you know, and but he, from what I know, he's working on something new. I think the last I spoke to him actually no, I spoke to him maybe a month ago,
Okay.
and he's working on a new album, and hopefully he's finished. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, oh yeah, there's one question I wanted to ask because this is kind of big. A couple of questions actually. From a beat maker perspective, what is your take on the beat making scene that is going on today from like BeatStars and SoundClick and all these places? You know, there's a lot of beat makers out there.
Uh,
Um, what's your thoughts on these guys?
well, here's the crazy thing, right? When I was selling beats online, I had a website called beatsfortunes.com.
Mm-hmm.
I was also managing Razcast, not managing him, but helping Razcast look for a deal. So Abe Basson, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correct, but Abe Basson, the owner of BeatStars,
Mm-hmm.
was vice president at Ingrooves Music and called me and gave me a deal with Universal Ingrooves to distribute music.
Mm-hmm.
So Abe seen me selling beats online. We became friends. He followed me, whatever. One day he calls me and he goes, "Yo, I need to pick your brain." I said, "What's up?" He goes, "You got a minute?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "So, can you explain to me what it is, your technique of selling beats? Because I had this idea called BeatStars." And I told him, because he gave me a deal with Universal. He didn't have to do that.
Right,
So I was
right.
like, "Oh, nah, you got to do this, make sure that, gave him tips, this and that, boom, 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 boom." And BeatStars is born.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I had a,
saying?
I
He'll,
had a feeling
he'll,
you had something to do with that, or
oh,
your
I
hand was
yeah,
in it somehow or another.
yeah, I consulted him a little bit. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm responsible for his success,
Right. No,
not
no.
at all. But Abe is a very good friend of mine. I love the brother, and I love his success. You know, people have said to me when I mentioned, yeah, me and Abe, I gave him advice, whatever. Yo, you should be getting. Nah, I don't need nothing. He's successful. You know what? If you take your podcast and I give you advice, yo, you should do this, and you become successful, a thank you goes a long way more than money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when Abe, what, because you know the Little Nas X Country Road beat came from BeatStars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's one of my stories I talk to every artist about.
Listen, so when I seen Abe on Forbes magazine list, when I seen him on television, Eyewitness News, this and that, I called him. And he got on the phone. He's like, "Yo, what's up, dude?" I see, "Yo, bro, congratulations." And he was like, "Dude, I love you, man. You know, like you don't understand that little advice." I said, "Abe, congrats, bro." I said, "That's what's up." I said, "You did it, bro." I said, "You're on fucking Forbes list, dude. Come on. Like, you really, really took this beat star shit to the top."
Yeah.
And I'm happy for him and I'm proud of him because, see, a lot of people talk about wanting to do things but don't execute. And you're never going to know if it was a good idea or a bad idea unless you execute,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
Like MediaFamous, like I said, it started out as a marketing company. But when I said I'm gonna do distribution, I questioned it, like, do I really want to put up with everybody? And I said, you know what? Let me just do it and see what happens. And now I'm happy I did it. There are days, I mean, come on, dude. I'm sure there's days you with the studio, you're like, I don't feel like doing this shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Abe put his best foot forward. He's the number one site out there. There's no other site that can fuck with him. SoundClick is old.
Mhm.
BeatStars is always evolving. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I think they're going
So,
to be on the NFT game next too, because I know that they've been talking about it,
oh, you better
giving
believe it.
a lot of advice. So when I saw that,
Yep.
I'm like, I need to get on my shit real quick so I can be one of the at least first few websites that are doing this. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, because if you can be the forefront, you're gonna win, you know? And that's what happened with BeatStars. There was nobody there. Yeah, I had beats for tunes, but I was me. It was me. It wasn't me selling everybody's beats. You know what I'm saying? BeatStars is a community of beat sellers and
Yeah.
producers.
Yep.
And then the way he constructed it, like, dude, he put a lot behind that.
Yeah.
Me, my shit was cut dry. Buy the beat, you get it, goodbye. You know what I'm
Right. Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Him is like, oh, you want to write lyrics to this? Sure, go on the notepad, do this.
yeah,
I wasn't doing all that, you know?
yeah.
So it's genius.
What is would you have any advice to any of the beat makers that are putting beats out there? I mean, I hear a lot of beats out there. Some of my guys and I, we do beat reviews and of some of the beats that are on BeatStars, and
But
I hear a lot of the same things, a lot of the same techniques, a lot, I don't, I feel like there's a lot of beat makers who just kind of get stuck. They don't know how to take their beats to the
yeah,
next level.
I think the problem with a lot of beat makers is they don't find their own lane, their own sound. See, back I hate saying this, but back from our days, right?
Yeah,
You had to have a unique sound.
right.
And that's why I was able to fit into the game because I had my own unique sound. But a lot of these beat makers, and it's a shame because you can't even call them producers because the producer is the one that goes in the studio with the artist, guides them, it molds them.
Yeah,
But really, nobody's producing anymore now.
right,
It's like here's the beat. They either record it at their house or they go to a studio, but the producer's never there. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah,
But with the beat makers, I would say you know, don't copy Pharrell. Don't copy I don't know really a lot of the newer producer names. Like I really don't know a lot of them, but be yourself. Make your own lane. Like if you become unique in your sound, unique in the way you construct, you can be a winner. Copying everybody else's stuff is not really gonna do nothing but go, oh, that's just another trap beat, or that's just another drill beat, you know?
right, right. Yeah. Plus, I think the evolution of sample packs and loop packs makes
Yep.
it very redundant because you tend to hear the same sample or loop, which I mean,
Yeah.
it back when we were coming up, I mean, you were a DJ. I mean, you are a DJ, so you spent a
Yes.
lot of time looking in record stores, picking out records that nobody has
Yeah.
heard of or thought of listening to, and you've incorporated those sounds. That's what made you who you are as far as a beat maker
Yeah.
because you found your lane. But when you have these loop packs and sample packs where everybody is you know a part
Yeah.
of part of splice or whatever, and
Right.
and you're regurgitating the same stuff. I mean, it's
Right.
cool because you hear different variations.
Yeah. And one thing that I put on Facebook that people are arguing with me till they're blue in the face, and they're never going to win this argument is I don't I'm not downing sample packs, loop packs. Do you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and I know this from a standpoint of MediaFamous distribution. Let's say you made a beat with a piano, right? And you put it out as a sample pack.
Hmm.
You put it out on the internet, sample pack, right? So now I'm artist A. I come along, buy your sample pack. I do a song to that. I release it. So now I'm artist B. I come along, I buy your sample pack. I do a song, I release it. Well, guess what happens? You get a copyright infringement, artist B, because artist A technically
Beat
put
you.
it out first,
Yep.
beat you to it.
Yeah.
So now you need a license to show artist A is who I'm sampling. Forget the sample pack. Artist A had it first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I try to tell people online, I get it. You want to buy sample packs, cool, but you need to manipulate that because if it's out already, you're gonna have clearance issues. I had people argue with me left and right. No, you're wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not saying the sample pack is anything wrong with it. I mean, I've messed with sample packs before,
Yeah.
but it's the way you manipulate it. Now, if somebody puts it out first, you have to get a license after that because now what's going to come back is, and these digital channels like Spotify, they're not playing no more with this sample clearance stuff, licensing,
Right.
because all the fraud that's out there, they're like, nope, we need a license.
Right.
That you sampled artist A, and you might be like, no, I got it from this sample pack.
Right.
So what? You sampled it from artist A because artist A, or you lose your monetization to artist A if you put it on YouTube.
Right. Right. Right.
So that's the downside of the sample packs.
Yeah. Would
I
you
don't care who argues with me on that.
no, I mean you're right. And would you say the same thing with beats? Kind of this,
Yeah, yeah, same thing, same thing.
yeah,
See, I'm gonna tell you, the smartest thing a producer can do right now, or a beat maker, is put out an instrumental album out to the universe. Goodbye. And let it come back to you slowly. Because what's gonna happen is all these people are gonna use your beat. That's why people get beats off YouTube is a good idea and a bad idea. It's a good idea for the producer
right,
because no matter what, that producer's getting your monetization. So it's a win.
right,
It's a hustle. It's a win.
yeah,
So the smartest thing for a producer or beat maker to do is release them out to the wild and then license them out.
yeah. That I
Yeah.
think
All
that
you
would,
gotta do is look, guys, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. All you gotta
No, I
do,
was gonna say all you gotta do is license them out on a contract. So when YouTube or somebody comes in, yo, you said no. I got a license. But guess what? Your monetization is going to the producer.
mm, yeah.
So it's a win.
I think
I
that
know
was
I see your wheels turning.
I think that was one of the best things that BeatStars did was including distribution for the beat
Yes.
makers, because now that they're sending those beats out, they're distributing them, so they're the first out there. And then once
Yeah.
everybody starts getting them, buying them, you're right. It's gonna
Yeah.
they're getting
Yeah.
their beats that they should be getting.
Like my dude, Jay, well, his name is Jay, but he goes by Boogie the Hitmaker. He runs my MediaFamous Instagram account. Like he's my childhood friend. So he's one of the people in MediaFamous that runs it with me. He does beats and he's produced some records. So he had 52 beats laying around. This is like literally 3 weeks ago. I said, dude, release them through MediaFamous. Put them out there. And then now people are TikTok videos. And he's like, yo. I said, I told you, because it doesn't have to be a song. Some 5-6 million follower TikToker can grab that, do a
Yeah.
little dance to it, and you making money.
Yep. Yep.
So for the beat maker, instead of worrying about chasing the little Uzi Verts and the little yacht, see, I don't even know the new names. I'm still going with old names.
Yeah.
So and instead of chasing them, put your beats on the internet because there's people dancing to these things. The royalties is what you're gonna make.
Right.
Forget all that. I don't, everybody has this fantasy, and I get it. They chase the $1 million dream with
Right.
the music industry,
Yep.
but you can create your own $1 million dream. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I tell artists all the time. I work with a lot of hip hop artists, and they're all chasing that $1 million dream. And I'm
Yep.
like, man, all you need are 10 or 1,000 solid followers that are willing to spend $100 on you every
Yep.
year. And you are supporting yourself, and you've got a career that you don't have to go
Yep.
do a 9 to 5. Now you can focus on your music and build it
Yep.
there.
Yep. And I agree. And I agree with you. And that's the thing. Um, they, you know what it is that they have this thing where I gotta be down with a label. I gotta be down with it. No, man, you make your own lane and you'll be making your own money.
Right.
And then you become, that's the problem. A lot of people are not, well, not that they don't want to, they don't know how to be self-dependent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where look, you got a studio, you're self-dependent, you know what I'm saying? And me, I'm self-dependent because we're like, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 51. But we're
54.
more okay, but you look young too.
Thank you, man.
So but we're bred a different way. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like these kids nowadays, they want it all handed. Like here you
Right.
go.
Yeah.
And it's not like that, bro. And then that's how they wind up in these shitty ass deals
Mm-hmm.
and get caught up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at Meek Mills, that post that he did about he never received money from anything. He sure was bragging about it. He
Right.
sure was throwing money in people's faces.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why nobody believes you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But he was chasing that $1 million dream
Yeah.
when he could have did it himself, and he wouldn't be making tweets like that if it's a real tweet. Because everybody's questioning, is it promo or was it real? I got no idea. But a lot of people, if they become dependent, they wouldn't have to worry about none of that.
Did you hear about the Tory Lanez NFT release a couple of weeks back?
Nah,
About a month ago. He released his he had a 7-song record. that he released for $1. He created 1 million NFTs of it.
I
He
did hear about that.
sold out in 57 seconds.
Wow.
And then they were turning around reselling for like $30,000 to $100,000 a few days later.
And that's the crazy beauty of an NFT is you get what 10% on every sale, right?
Whatever you
want.
Yep, whatever you put in that contract.
So, brilliant, bro. Brilliant.
I'm just going to ask you one last question because we've had
a
good hour, and I appreciate your time. So, what does Domingo look for in a hip hop artist? What kind of artist attracts you to want to work with him? Because I've that's actually how we met. Is you brought an artist from, I want to say Akron or Youngstown area, to Sound Mind. I don't remember his name. It was a whole crew of guys.
Oh, you talking about the dude from Ohio?
Yeah.
That was, man,
that was a while back.
They all just got out.
So there's the answer to that question.
In case you ever wondered what happened to them. Welcome home to all of them. But no, with me, with an artist, honestly, man, I'm into lyricism, bro. Big time lyricism. Like, I can't get with the trap. No, let me not say that, because if you, it doesn't matter the beat you rap over. If you got lyrics, it's cool. But I can't get with the nigga. I can't get with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if you've seen artists that I've dealt with, like the Swerve that I push on Instagram, the young girl from the Bronx. She's lyric. She's lyric.
She's dope. Yeah.
I mean, look at Nems. Nems is lyrical. You know what I'm saying? My man Bamboo, who I worked with back in the '90s, lyrical. Every artist I've ever worked with is lyrical.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, not all of them are on that level,
right?
Of everybody else, but I look for lyricism. I've dealt with so many artists that you got to really catch my ear.
Yeah,
like right now, there's an artist. His name is Jaffet Music, from I want to say it's Worcester, Massachusetts, or
Worcester.
Worcester. I don't know how you pronounce that. But anyways, from Massachusetts, Jaffet Music, really dope artist. And I heard it the minute he rapped. I was like, yo, you got it. And then there's another kid that just came to me recently. His name is Lavelle. He's from Queens. I call him Level. His real name is Lavelle because I pronounce him wrong. But he's about to go in the studio Wednesday over some beats that I made for him. Mm-hmm. Now, that's the thing. I really don't make beats no more.
Right.
But if it catches me, I'm pulling out machine and I'm getting busy. So I made him 3 beats. He's going to the studio. This is your typical, and I don't mean typical in a bad way. Like, if you can't tell when this kid raps that he's not from Queens, that he's from Queens, then you don't know hip hop, because he's got that Nas Mobb Deep sound, and lyrically and everything. Like his lyrics and his voice caught me. Like when he sent me a message on Instagram, and I was like, "Yo," and that's very rare, very rare.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all it takes. But I mean, I hear a lot, and a lot of it, I'd be like, don't rap, dude. Just go get a job.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. You know, I attribute it to they're not. Most of these artists don't write. Like, they're not prepared for.
Right.
They don't have a bank of topics already ready in their head. You know,
right.
Like that's one thing I learned from Jay-Z is like he keeps a bank of bars ready to go.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is, you know, and then it may seem like he's rapping off the top of his head, but no, that's pre-written stuff that he's thought about. It's just in there, ready to go for whatever.
Yeah, and Jay-Z does come off the top of his head. But who I will tell you, KRS will say, for every rapper, he has a verse to battle them. He's not bullshit. Like, I've literally seen this dude with a duffel bag full of notebooks in the studio. So
Yeah.
KRS is one of those artists.
Yeah.
But you know, it to be a true artist like a rapper or I mean even singer, you got to be lyrical and because if you think about it, I know we're going off to I'm going off the rail about rapping, but music and songs, even songs are watered down now.
Yeah.
Like there's no real lyrics in songs. Like, oh, I want to fuck you, bitch, and duck you, bitch. You know, that's just corny.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
it's corny. You know, and it's funny because I was talking with this one artist recently, like a week ago, and he said, "Yo, what do you think of the songs?" I said, "You know, I like it, and these are artists I like. Like
Mhm.
I produced with them."
Right.
I said, "I think it'd be dope if you stop using the word nigga so much." I said because it's 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 kind of worn out.
It's way
You know what I'm
more.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you rap and rhyme nigga with nigga, it's like, come on, dude, that's not original. That's
Right.
not even lyrical. That shit is stupid.
Yeah.
So, you know, the artist, I say, yo, dog, I think you should replace the word nigga every time you say that. And he was like, yeah, but I ain't say it too many times. So you shouldn't say it none. Like
Right.
take it out of your words.
Yeah.
Because not because he's not white, he's a black artist, but it's just people don't want to keep hearing that. They don't want to keep hearing that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. And most of the artists that you've worked with, like you said, they're lyricists. And that's what I've always been attracted. That's why Rakim is my
Right. Yeah.
favorite of
Yeah.
all time. His lyrics, the way that he writes, and it's just unbelievable. And I can
Right.
visualize everything that he puts down. Um,
Yeah. And he's one of the only. I mean, he's cursed in maybe one or two songs, but rarely cursed. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Well, man,
Yep.
I appreciate your time, Domingo.
I appreciate you too.
Um, it's been an honor to have you on my
Same
podcast.
here, bro. Same
And
here. Same
uh,
here, man.
I look forward to talking to you again.
Where's your studio located?
I'm in Akron. I'm in Akron, Ohio.
So you're in Akron, Ohio.
Yeah,
Wait,
downtown
where's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in
Cleveland.
Cleveland?
Yeah, yeah,
How
yeah.
far is that from you?
30 minutes.
Oh, okay. So you should have been there yesterday.
I should have been there yesterday, but I was working yesterday.
Yeah, but that's funny. You in Akron.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They were the people I dealt with were from Akron.
That's what I was thinking. I thought they were from Akron or Youngstown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Youngstown. That's it.
Youngstown.
Youngstown.
Yeah.
Yeah. How far is Youngstown from you?
About an hour, maybe. It's right there at the PA border
Right, by Pittsburgh.
by Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Okay. You know where I went to when I was out there? Uh Grandpa's Cheese Barn. You know
Okay.
where that's at?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
where that's at?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Me and my son stood in there for like an hour, man. I was like, yo, this cheese is crazy. But I gotta come back out that way soon, you
Yeah,
know?
man, hit me up when you're ever out here.
Oh hell yeah. No,
Well,
and I asked you where the studio's at so I could, push people towards you, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, well, I'd appreciate that, man.
I got you.
Yeah, we're trying to do a lot of different things here. We're I'm trying to be more of a content studio. We still do
Nice.
a lot of the traditional recording and stuff like that, but I'm doing content creation, a lot of podcasts. We're doing
Right.
music videos,
Nice.
commercials, and stuff like that for local businesses. Just
Good.
anything that we can do that's content related, audio, video wise, and artist development. That's the other thing that we're trying to do. I'm trying to be very selective about the artists that I work with.
You have to
Come
be.
in here, and then if there's somebody that is talented, I want to help build that artist, because I feel like that's lacking a lot of. So, yeah,
Yeah, there's no more, you're right. There's no more artist development
Mhm.
ever. Like it's all because everything with the music industry is cookie cutter. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, well, let's make this batch of cookies and they all sound the same, they all taste the same, whatever.
yeah,
That's it. And,
it,
and that's why the game becomes boring,
right, yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
So how do you liking the distribution aspect of it?
Nah, I like it. You know, I started it because I wanted to give independent artists an avenue beside the the other ones, like the Distro Kids, the TuneCores, because I know their structures, and United Masters, I know their structure. So to give a basic, you pay this, you get all of your publishing, sorry, your royalties. And, a lot of them don't understand like the stuff, and I don't like to go competition names and stuff, but like Distro Kid, they charge you for almost every little thing that really there is no fee for those things.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And United Masters, forget it. They're just like it's more hedge fund based.
Okay.
Like they use what the art, like I ain't gonna lie. When United Masters first launched, I didn't have MediaFamous yet. Well, I had MediaFamous as a marketing company, but not distribution company.
Okay. All right.
So, and they're one of the reasons why I said, I need to do something, because if you read their terms, they keep some of your publishing,
Right.
and you're giving them permission to market using you for
Right.
their benefit.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like when I read that, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know that I've been in the game 35 years. I'm not giving up my publishing just because you distributed me. So
Right.
then that's when I said, you know what? I need to do something to help these young, the up and coming artists. And I have signed, well, they're not signed to me, but they joined MediaFamous, is Bootsy Collins' son. Trying to convince him to get his pops to sign up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've got Marley Marl signed up to MediaFamous. So some of the my peers are signed up to it. They see the vision,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm more up and coming artist oriented. To help
Gotcha.
them out, because I know the game.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's been a good road. There's a lot of fraud out there with streaming and all that stuff. So, and
Yeah, yeah.
it's a shame, because a lot of these artists, they'll do millions of streams, and then let's say Spotify. I see it all the time. Spotify would be like, we're not paying them, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You could deny it all you want, but if Spotify is saying you're busted,
Yep.
there's nothing I can do. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So as MediaFamous, what we do is we distribute you. We provide marketing services for a fee, right?
Right.
But as far as anything else with distribution, there's no fee. For you to become a Spotify artist profile, there's no fee. From my understanding, DistroKid charges a fee.
Really?
Why, I don't know. But also what people don't know is Spotify owns a piece of DistroKid.
Okay.
So they have an advantage. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So
yeah.
so why are you charging people to do these little things that you're down with Spotify, dude?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
should be nothing. But and now we do song splits, because a lot of people ask me about song splits.
Yeah, that's real popular.
Now DistroKid charges you for everybody that you want on the split. Like if I would do a song with you and I say I want to give Mike 50%, Mike has to open an account
Right.
with DistroKid. So
And
Mike has to pay
right.
to get his account. Not MediaFamous. You just give us the splits, we file it, boom, done.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's all cost effective. It's all artist friendly,
Yeah, yeah.
and I launched the distribution in 2019, and we've paid out just this year alone we paid out $250,000 to
Okay.
to artists. So artists are getting paid on MediaFamous.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? But like I said, that's really it, bro. That's what I've been focused on.
Yeah. I'm kind of my team here and I are building a an audio streaming and NFT marketplace.
Nice.
Um,
NFT marketplace is the next. It's
yeah.
the next step.
Yeah,
It's
I've
the next step.
been learning a lot of coding, so that we can do it all ourselves. I'm seeing all the flaws that are out there right now with some of the
Right.
marketplaces where they're having exuberant gas fees to create the NFTs. So
Yeah.
I've learned how to code and create NFTs through coding, and I want to share that with all the people that we bring in, all our artists that we upload to our site to stream their music and art
Yeah.
or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? We're not
Yeah.
looking to just
And if you see what people understand is, if you make things cost effective, you'll be more successful than those prices that are out there. I seen prices to mint stuff.
yeah.
The gas prices, like, what?
Yeah.
For me to say it's digital, here it is. Come on, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I own a MediaFamous
Okay.
NFT.com. I
Awesome.
like yeah, no, believe me,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm quietly versed, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got people schooling me on it, you know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, really not in tune with it yet.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of confusing a little bit,
Yeah.
but I get it.
Yeah.
And it for me, see, for me, it would work
Yeah.
because I have unreleased stuff that I could put out in the NFT.
Yeah.
See, for the average artist, you got to figure out your fan base, would they buy
Right.
it?
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And you know, I think the beauty of it is the fact that whoever sells it, like if you sell one, you make a percentage for life off of it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dope. And as you see, the record companies are already jumping on it because
Yeah.
they know they need to dominate that industry like they did streaming.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the artist is gonna win.
Yeah. I think they're gonna have a little tougher time on this one. But we'll see. They're always on top of it, though. They're
Yeah,
probably 20
yeah,
steps ahead of all of us. So, you know,
yeah.
quietly,
Just
doing
like
what you said.
just like MediaFamous is the first ones out of all the distributors to accept cryptocurrency and pay out in cryptocurrency. Now,
I didn't
guess
know
who?
that.
Yeah. I did a deal with Coinbase. Now, guess who just followed along last week? United Masters. But
Okay.
they're out there PRing it with, oh, we did a deal with Coinbase. No, you didn't. You opened an account with Coinbase. You got to prove. I
Right.
had to do the same exact thing,
Right.
and we were the first to do it. Now, granted, I'm not big on the PR thing. Let's just do it and get it done, and
Get it done.
they don't need to brag about it. You know
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
but but it's like it made me go, okay, so I know you guys are watching because you weren't doing this before.
Yeah.
Same way when I came with the 9.95 price, unlimited
Yep.
releases,
Yep.
unlimited.
Yep.
Now everybody's doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever, man.
Yeah. It's always been like that. It's always gonna be like that.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's all that really matters.
Nah, no doubt. I try to stay ahead, and if I can't, hey, I'm just doing. I'm in my lane. I don't care about their lanes. You know.
Yeah. That's one thing
I just know. Yeah, you know what you gonna say?
no, I said that's one thing that I've always admired about you. You've always been
Thank you.
a forefront guy, a forerunner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're always
yeah,
in front of everything.
like back in 2007, it was only me and Rockweiler selling beats online,
Yeah.
and 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 you know, people thought I was bugging. I was bugging. People really was like, I mean, my peers in the industry, some of them, one of their managers called me and was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" They're like, "Yo, I got people telling me, why would I buy a beat from you and your producer when I could get it from Domingo online for like $600?"
Yeah.
Because what happened was with that concept was I had a whole bunch of beats just laying around. I swear to you, like 1,000. And everybody, you know, kids would hit me online. I wish I can afford you. I used to be like, what makes you think you can't afford me? Oh, because you're Domingo. Okay, cool. But what makes you think you can't afford me? Don't let
Yeah.
the name make you think you can't afford
Right.
me.
Right.
So one day I said, one night I made one of those flash players from back then,
Yeah.
and I put it on MySpace, and I put prices, and I put it in my PayPal account. The next day I woke up, I had $3,500 in my PayPal account. So I said, okay, I'm on to something. You know what I'm saying? And I did it again. And I did it again. And then when people, oh, Domingo's broke. Look what he's doing. Yeah, sure. I'm broke. Okay, you can say whatever you want.
Right.
I'm
Right.
far from broke. But what I'm doing is working. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like I said, the only other person doing it was Rockweiler. Now, whether they ridiculed him or not, I have no idea. But I was getting ridiculed big time behind the scenes. I know what everybody was saying. I know it. Oh, he's bugging. Yo, why is he doing this? But you know what, bro? From 2007 all the way to 2010, I stopped in 2010. All the way to there, I made $480,000 selling beats online. Rockweiler made $1 billion.
Yeah.
So who was wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Cormega was the first artist to go independent online, and everybody thought he was bugging. Now Cormega is one of the top independent artists
Right.
because he's all independent. I mean, look at Tech Nine. Tech Nine's never had a record deal.
Yeah. That's true.
So when people was ridiculing me, oh, making jokes, oh, Domingo's broke. Look at his son, he got a garage sale. Yeah, go ahead, keep cracking jokes, because I'm just emptying
Yeah,
my PayPal account.
right.
And then the people that were calling me, asking me why you doing this now, yo, how did you do that? You know what I'm saying? You know who Jelly Bean Benitez is?
Yeah, yep, sure do.
Jelly Bean Benitez, I had a publishing deal with him back in the 90s. When I was selling beats online, he called me and said, yo, how are you doing this? He said, people in the industry are asking me, how are you doing this? I said, bro, I'm just selling beats online. He wanted to pay me $30,000 to teach him how to do it. Yeah.
Wow, that's
I
crazy.
say in public, he can't deny that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I've always, like you just said, I've always tried to stay ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And because I seen the producer game collapsing back then,
Hmm.
you know, with the streaming coming out and
Yep.
all of this, I was like, something's gonna happen where producers are not gonna get their share.
Hmm.
So let me bail out now.
Gotcha.
But
All
yeah.
right.
So yo, man, it's been a pleasure, bro.
It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it, brother. I'll be in
Same
touch.
here. Please do.
All
Please
right,
do.
man.
And if you ever want to jump back on here, let me know.
All right, brother. I appreciate
All
it,
right,
man.
brother. All right, kid.
Have a good one.
Peace.
Peace. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to the Area 67 Music Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mikey Villegas. If you like today's interview, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'll be bringing you lots more new content to the channel. In addition to what you've already seen on this channel, we've teamed up with Greg Patterson of Tales from the Beast, and we hope that our team will be able to bring you all sorts of cool, exciting content to the channel, including all the things that you're used to getting from Greg and a lot of cool stuff from a lot of the other people here on the team at Area 67. So we really appreciate you tuning in. Again, if you like what you hear, what you saw, please like and subscribe and share the content with everybody that you know, and that will really help us out. If you want to see me or any of us do any interviews with any artists, producers, engineers that you like, please put them in the comments below, and we'll try to reach out to those artists and make it happen. Thanks for tuning in, and peace. We'll see you next time.